So Lisa Leslie says some great things about Caitlin Clark and other topics. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark.
And I'm Rob.
So, hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Hit the notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next video. What's this? What's this with the hat, Rob? Baseball season started.
It's
We don't
baseball.
do baseball on this channel, Rob. What are you
baseball.
doing?
Baseball been very, very good to me.
All right, Rob's Mets fans and a Knicks fan, in case you didn't know. He grew up in Rochester, New York, but he thinks he grew up in New York City.
And what are you talking about? Are you talking to me?
What are you talking about? So let me give you some background on Lisa Leslie. She went to USC. She was Player of the Year. She was two-time first-team All-American. Did not win a national championship. That question kind of comes up, so I want to bring that up. In the pros, she was one of only 4 players that have won 3 MVPs. No one's won 4. She was first-team All-Pro 8 times in her 12 seasons, and she won 2 championships, and she was MVP both times. And she was an All-Star 8 times, obviously, and also on the all-defensive team 4 times. So there's all sorts of 2-time defensive player of the year, Rob.
So what you're saying, Mark, she was kind of good.
She was on several Olympics. I think she won 3 Olympics, if I'm not mistaken. It's not in front of me. And also, Rob, when I did the MVP shares, so I gave 5 points for first place, and then 3 for second, and 2 for third, and 1 for fourth. For all the players of all time, she was first by a large margin with 28 MVP share points. Second place was 21 points with Tamika Catchings. So that's pretty impressive, Rob. So anyways, so I don't know if she's the GOAT, but I know she's in the top 5 in WNBA. In college, she wouldn't make it. And she was only 1-time Player of the Year, didn't win a championship. Only 2 times first-team All-American. But she would make the top 20 of all time. She might not she probably won't make people's top 10 lists in college. But anyways, she's well-respected, and she's always spoken up for Caitlin Clark. She thought Caitlin Clark should have been on the Olympic team. She said they shouldn't leave, for Paris without her. And, of course, they did because they're not as colorblind as Lisa Leslie. And Lisa Leslie's not a UConn Mafia member either. Anyways, this was an interview on USA Today.
Speaking of the WNBA draft, I want to talk about the projected overall pick, Paige Bueckers. And this one's kind of a 2-parter because I would love to know what, we should expect from another superstar being brought into the league. But also, I think it goes deeper because, you think about Caitlin Clark making waves without winning a championship, despite getting very close. If UConn doesn't take it this year, it feels like, Paige is going to be in that same boat. So I'm curious if you think winning an NCAA championship is needed for that eventual GOAT conversation, greatest of all time status.
Absolutely not. I didn't win an NCAA championship. I was National Player of the Year. I won all of the individual awards, but sometimes, it's very hard to win a national championship, regardless of how much people talk about it, like, oh, you have to have it. It is one of the hardest things to do in a tournament where you have so many games and you're trying to get there. So yeah, shout out to all of the players who were able to win national championships, but it doesn't make a player who didn't win a national championship any less of an amazing individual player and the possibility to be in the talks of being a GOAT for sure.
Now, Rob, does that seem reasonable to you?
I just have to say thank you. Thank you to all you ones that sit there and say a championship is so important in order to make the person be a GOAT or say that they're the best player. As you look at Lisa Leslie and her accolades, this goes to show you that she knows what she's talking about because, yeah, she didn't win a championship, but she's one of the top, if not she is, almost one of the GOATs in the women's basketball. So.
And I just want to point out, she made no excuses about her USC teams being stacked like a lot of the UConn and Tennessee teams as to why she didn't win a national championship. And Caitlin Clark has never done that either. She's never said, well, I play with 3-star recruits. She's never said that. She hasn't said anything. Caitlin Clark hasn't made any excuses for that. She just says, she's comfortable with where she is, and she went on to the WNBA. So I give her credit for not even bringing that up, but I'm going to bring it up for her because she wasn't on stacked USC teams. If she was, she probably would have won one, right? I'm sure. Well, single elimination, yeah. So it was a really good chance she would have won one.
Well, like Lisa said, Mark, like I said, though I've coached way lower level than college and professional, getting into a tournament and winning is kind of hard. It's hard to do. It's not that easy. It's because you have the best team, whatever, but it's hard to do. And just because you don't win it doesn't mean that you didn't achieve. I mean, just to get there is a good deal.
Well, Rob, yeah, it is, like I just pointed out, a single elimination, and you have to have really good teammates too. This is a team sport, but ever since Caitlin Clark, they turned it into an individual sport just because they wanted to diminish her. But anyways, they asked about Caitlin Clark later on in the interview, and we're just going to play the rest of this.
Stephen A. Smith had a very interesting discourse with Fee recently over the number of games the Fever have broadcasted this season compared to other teams who have also got stars on them. So I'm curious what you make of W's decision to lean into highlighting its stars, even if, they aren't the best.
I think it's all about money, marketing, and we cannot deny what Caitlin Clark has done for the women's game. I'm not going to act like it's something that we don't see. She's had a huge effect, called the Caitlin Clark effect. Yes, have we ever had teams have to get into larger arenas to play against a team? No, we have not. So if we have more.
It's a good point, Rob.
Right. That's the point we always make, Mark.
Right, Rob. So go ahead. It's good.
Yes, that's the point we always make, Mark. What other player had to have their game switched to a larger arena?
Right.
That you can even think of in the WNBA.
And the question by the announcer saying not necessarily the best, I'm saying I think what the argument is, I don't even think it's about Caitlin Clark. I think it was about the teams. In other words, the teams that won the championship last year. Mm-hmm. The Liberty has fewer games than the Fever. And so I think that's what she was talking about. But we don't know who's going to be the best this year. Who knows? The Fever could be the best this year. Caitlin Clark could be the best player in the league this year. She certainly looks like she's headed in that direction. Some of her stands or some of the big fans think she is already. I don't think she is, but I think she's very close. So it was interesting that best, who's going to be the best this year should be significant too in terms of whether you decide to televise a particular game. And the networks choose that. They know that Caitlin Clark's star is going up in ability, and the team got better this year. So just keep that in mind.
Right. I mean, the Caitlin Clark effect. That's why they're being on TV. It's not the Angel Reese effect. It's not the AJ Wilson effect. It's the Caitlin Clark effect.
It's not the whole rookie class, Rob?
Well, we'll
Rob,
see.
You didn't read the script.
I know. I don't follow Gino that well.
There's a script out there. You gotta say it. Okay. Well, let's go on.
More eyeballs on the game, and Caitlin Clark brings that. Why would we feel some kind of way because she has more television games? I think we have to understand that when one player eats, we all eat. And as we all get more opportunities, it just opens it up for everyone else. And I think Caitlin has said that even herself in certain interviews. And I love that. I love that she's not the player who's like, it's all about her. It's not. She's giving love and homage to.
Keep that in mind, Rob. Like I said, Caitlin Clark doesn't go and say bragging things or anything like that, or think it's all about her. She's tried to give credit to other people in the past.
Unlike some players that say I made the game, or even Mark, even a team when they win the Commissioner's Cup. Now you have to watch us. Why do I have to watch you? No, I don't have to.
Well, and I'm not going to. Let's see what else she says.
Those of us that have come before her, she shares the wealth with her teammates, and she doesn't have to do that. So I just don't, again, I don't know what the big deal is about the fact that Caitlin is getting a lot of love. She deserves that, and she's helped change this game just as a lot of other players have. But it is what it is. And I think that we are all benefiting from the effects that she's had on the game. And I just appreciate the way she shows up. Listen, she's a competitor. She's a trash talker. She makes players around her better. She's exciting to watch. And quite frankly, I've missed seeing her. Being at Unrivaled, I wish that she was there. Like, I've missed seeing her play. So I really look forward to seeing her back out there.
Rob, people keep saying she's a trash talker. In the WNBA, I didn't see her trash talking, Rob. I saw that one game in Seattle where, she was trying to get the raise the roof type of thing, and she got bumped into by Skylar Diggins-Smith. But other than that, I didn't really see that, Rob, in the WNBA. No. She was just trying to fit in, it looked like to me.
I get the impression, Mark, that if Lisa Leslie could still play, she would love to be playing Caitlin Clark with Caitlin Clark.
She'd rip up her contract in the middle of the year and go play with her, Rob.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you could do that. But what the next year, first time she was free agent, she would sign to play up with her.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what else she said.
But as I do all of the WNBA players, like we are really watching a very exciting level of basketball. I miss seeing Asia Wilson out there. Like she's to me still one of the best players in the world. So it's been great seeing Nafisa Collier out there. I think she's in the talk for being one of the best players in the world. Like, so I feel like the competition is there. You got to go out there and prove yourselves. And listen, are we going to get upset about 5, 6, 10 games less on television or not? I don't think we should. We have access to find these games now in a way that we never had before. And
That's a good point, Rob.
Right.
A lot of times, even if it's not live, you can get it later on YouTube, or you can find it streaming somehow. Anyway, she's almost done here.
we have to appreciate that and all these platforms that support the W. So, hey, listen, Caitlin, I am so thankful for her. I'm thankful for all of these women and where this game is. And we have to step back and see the big picture and how it's impacting all of us.
Oh my God! Now, was that so difficult for the rest of the league to see, Rob?
I mean, this what's so hard about the WNBA? Just following what Lisa Leslie just said. What was such a big deal, and what was the whole controversy and all this bugaboo about Caitlin Clark? It's right. It's just basic. She's the best player. She's exciting. Put her out there, market her, then make money. That's it. Very simple.
21 out of 24 games that went over $1 million she was involved in last year. And, in the NBA, Rob, unless a really popular team wins the championship the year before, they don't get the most views the next year. It's whoever people want. Lakers and Celtics always get a lot, whether they win the championship the year before or not. Any exciting team that's taken place. When LeBron went to Miami, suddenly Miami was televised a lot more, even before they won a championship. So to think that that's the only correlation is whoever's the defending champ or whoever made the finals gets the most views. No, it's never been that way in the NBA. And I don't know what it was like in the WNBA, but I don't even know why this is even an issue. Caitlin Clark had 36 out of 40 last year. So it wasn't like it was a big surprise. This was like what I was expecting. I was expecting 44 out of 44. But then again, I also knew that there was a possibility maybe they were holding those 3 for the WNBA pass. I have no idea. So, Rob, here's the breakdown that people are all upset about. It's not like nobody else got any games. In fact, teams expansion teams, got 17. You really think people are dying to watch them?
Yeah.
Nothing against them. I'm just saying, So, and the networks, as we pointed out before, choose the teams. So people are upset about it, talk to the networks. And, the Aces didn't win the championship, and they have more than New York Liberty. So, there's no consistency there. Go ahead, Rob. Sorry.
No, yeah, I mean, I don't know, like you said, just deal with it and enjoy the game and stop whining about things that, just look at what's happening. Just enjoy the game.
So there's nothing you can do about it. If someone's popular, if a team is popular, Rob, you're always going to get more games. That's all there is to it. And they just need to accept it. And they just need to accept the Caitlin Clark effect. And other people have said lots of times, Rob, a rising tide lifts all boats, and they just don't get that concept for some reason. And that's why they tried to hold Caitlin Clark down last year. And I'm hoping for their own good, it changes this year.
Well, she's going to be a tsunami. And so if that's the case, then they're really going to be the league's going to take off, and they're going to make money.
I think it was last year, just maybe a bigger tsunami, Rob. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if they come to their senses. And if they want to make more money, this is what's going to happen. Caitlin Clark has to be the focal point, has to be promoted more. Because you can bring in the casual fan to see Caitlin Clark. The diehards are always going to be there. That's what you're trying to do, is bring in the casual fan, and that's how you get the high ratings. That's obviously.
Right.
So anyways, let us know what you think down below. If you like this video, hit the like button and share it with your family, friends, and acquaintances. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, make Rob happy and do that. Hit the notification bell when you do, so you get notified of our next video. And every Monday and Thursday is Caitlin Clark's crossover. It's part of our live show. It's 6 to 7 on Mondays, 5:30 to 6:30 on Thursdays, and it's Eastern time, and it's except for major holidays. It's a sports reporters type forum where we talk about Caitlin Clark and women's basketball and things of that nature. And if you want to donate to this channel, you can with super chats and super thanks down below. There's a link to PayPal, and we'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.